This amazing spray can keep anything dry. Ultra Everdry is a super hydrophobic spray coating. While not designed specifically to keep clothing dry, the spray can be applied to a variety of surfaces. Take a look at what happens when you put it on bread, and look what happens when you put it on paper. This is what would happen to your body if you ate dry ice. As soon as you pick it up to put it in your mouth, your skin cells would begin to freeze and then die. If you were to hold it for any longer, your skin would begin to turn blue and grey. As soon as you ingest the dry ice, your tongue, mouth and teeth would sting and then go numb. As it travels down your esophagus, you'd feel an extreme tingling sensation. Then, as it reaches the stomach, it would react with the hydrochloric acid and begin to heat up, forming gaseous carbon dioxide. As the gas would continue to build, your stomach would expand and get harder until it bursts. This person has the worst day at work. Idiot. Every question I ask you that you don't know the answer, you have to give me $20. Okay. And if you ask me a question and I can't answer yours, I will give you $2,000. Oh, okay. How many continents are there in the world? Now your turn. What animal stands with 2 legs but sleeps with 3? I don't know. Here's the $2,000. So what was the answer to your question? It's the only way to survive a lion attack. If you ever come face to face with a lion, do not panic. Make sure you maintain eye contact with the animal, never looking away. This is because the second you look away, the lion will take it as an opportunity to attack. You must try to make yourself appear as big as possible, raising your arms high and wide. Then yell at the top of your lungs at the lion in a strong, confident tone. This should irritate the lion and make it leave you alone. The longest whip ever cracked. Is the strangest laws around the world. It's actually illegal to chew gum in Singapore, and you're not allowed to wear Winnie the Pooh t-shirts in Poland. It's illegal to wear a suit of armour in British Parliament, and it's illegal to ride a cow while drunk in Scotland. You're not allowed to wear a mask in public in Denmark, and it's illegal to disrupt a wedding in Australia. Here's the biggest coincidences in the world. These two guys look very similar, yet are not related. The crazy part is that this man died in 1988, while this man was born in 1988. Before their wedding, Amy and Nick went through their baby photos. In this picture of Nick at the beach, Amy noticed herself in the background 11 years before they actually met. This Dutch cyclist, Martin de Jong, didn't miss 1, but 2 Malaysian air flight crashes. And Tsutomu Yamaguchi survived the Hiroshima blast, fleeing to Nagasaki for safety, only to then be bombed again, surviving the Nagasaki blast. Here's how AirPods are actually deep clean. Alcohol is added to the pods and allowed to soak in for a while. This makes the dirt on the surface of the AirPods loosen up. Afterwards, a toothpick is used to get rid of the visible earwax. The cleaner then uses a soft brush to clean the pods thoroughly. Then, a vacuum cleaner is used to suck out whatever dirt remains. This process is repeated until the pods are sparkling clean. Here's 5 facts you didn't know that could save your life. If your house ever randomly smells of fish, there is probably an electrical fire. If your hair ever suddenly stands up, run for cover as it means you're about to be struck by lightning. If you were ever in a falling elevator, lie down flat on your back to distribute the impact evenly over your body. If you randomly smell gas in your house, do not turn on any lights as it could blow your house up. And if you were ever kidnapped and put into a boot of a car, rip apart the brake light wire so the police will pull them over and then they will find you. You can only ride this roller coaster once. Ulyanos Abernas designed this monster roller coaster and called it the euthanasia coaster. The ride would be able to hold 24 people and once all aboard would ascend to a height of 510 meters. To put that in perspective, the roller coaster would almost be as tall as the tallest building in the whole of the USA. The train would plummet down at a speed of 223 miles per hour and go through all 7 loops. The decrease in diameters allow it to maintain a 10 g-force on all the passengers. This would cause them to slowly lose their vision as the ride progresses, and ultimately would kill them. Here's 3 things the Queen is not allowed to do. She has never been allowed to be touched by a commoner. However, she was once pictured with her arm around Michelle Obama, which was said to be a very significant gesture. She has never been allowed to choose who she talks to at a dinner party. The rule is that she begins dinner speaking to the person on her right, then later on switches to the person on her left. And she has never been allowed to cross her legs. It is royal etiquette to sit in the Duchess slant position where you keep your knees together and tilt your legs to the side. Here's how animal sounds are actually made for movies. To create the sound of the foot of Manny the Mammoth in Ice Age, they use a tree stump wrapped in leather. The artists have to resort to some very creative ideas to mimic real sound. They also have to consider the movement of the animals and the surface of which the animals move on. For example, they can use a pair of plastic coconut shells for a horse galloping, but in a case where the horse gallops over dirt or sand, they have to use rocks instead. Now comment your favourite movie. This is why you should always check a banana before eating it. Here's 5 strict rules the royal family must follow. Whenever the Queen finishes eating, then you must finish eating too. 2 heirs to the throne cannot fly together. So once Prince George, who is 3rd in line, turns 12 years old, he will have to fly separately from his dad. Whenever the Queen stands, you have to stand too, and you can only sit down once she sits down. Royal family members are not allowed to sign autographs or willingly take selfies. And if the Queen moves her purse from her left arm to her right, it signals that the conversation you were just having with her is now over. Here's what a trip to the Mariana Trench would be like. At 490 feet into the ocean, less than 1% of sunlight will shine through. Then at 3,600 feet, you'll see the West Mata, one of the deepest ocean volcanoes in the world. Beyond 15,000 feet, mysterious creatures live here, including the anglerfish and the black swallower. The pressure here would feel the same as a whole elephant stamping on you. At 19,700 feet, you're at the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench. This is the least explored place in the ocean. 26,000 feet in, and you'll find the deepest fish ever found, called the snailfish. And finally, at 35,800 feet, you'll be at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. We do not know what creatures live here, so comment what you think. This man pranks people with his realistic face mask.
I'm gonna go in a dealership here and see if anybody notices. Hello? Sorry?
Can you put your mask up?
My mask, it's up.
You have to put it over your nose.
Sir, it's over my nose.
Oh wow, that is too cool.
You like that?
Here's secret messages hidden in popular logos. Have you ever noticed that in the Amazon logo, the arrow points from A to Z? This is telling you that you'll find absolutely everything on Amazon all the way from A to Z. If you look closely at the FedEx logo, then you'll see an arrow pointing to the right. This can be used to connote forward direction, speed, and precision. Toblerone was founded in Bern, Switzerland, and this is often referred to as the City of Bears. That's why hidden in the mountain in the logo is actually a bear. When Domino's first opened, the founders wanted to add a new dot to the logo every time they opened a new location. However, they did not expect it to get as big as it did, so they left 3 dots on the logo representing the 3 original locations. Here's the 5 most streamed songs in the world. Number 5 is One Dance by Drake, which has over 2.073 billion streams. Then it's Rockstar by Post Malone featuring 21 Savage at number 4 with 2.213 billion streams. Dance Monkey by Tones and I is at number 3 with 2.269 billion streams. And at number 2 is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd with 2.364 billion streams. But before I tell you the most streamed song, if you want to listen to your favourite songs with your friends all in sync, voting on which song should be next, then go here on my profile to get Vertigo. At number 1 is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran with 2.845 billion streams. Here's the most dangerous kids' toys ever made. The CSI fingerprint examination kit allowed children to look for fingerprints with special powders and brushes. However, the powder turned out to contain asbestos, a fiber-like material that can cause serious lung conditions. The worst part is, even though the manufacturer found this out, they still left it on the shelves for Christmas to make more money. You might think that including uranium in a child's toy isn't a very good idea. However, this never occurred to the makers of Gilbert Atomic Energy Lab. It contained 4 uranium ore samples where inhaling for a long time can cause lung cancer. Here's the only way to survive a falling elevator. This situation might be one of your worst nightmares, so listen closely. You may have once thought that you could simply jump before it hits the floor. But think, if the elevator is falling at a speed of 70 miles per hour, and you can only jump up at 5 miles per hour, you'll still impact the ground at 65 miles per hour. So if you actually want to survive, do this. Lay flat on the ground with one of your arms protecting your head. This will distribute the force of impact over your entire body, helping you to survive. Here's 3 illegal things you've probably done without knowing. Up until 2016, singing Happy Birthday while recording it was actually illegal. This is because the songwriters Mildred and Patty Hill had copyrighted the song. If you have ever used a fake name when signing up for something online, then you've broken the law. Not using your real identity is actually breaking the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. And sharing your passwords to subscription services such as Netflix with family or friends is considered a federal offense. Now comment if you've done any of these. Here's 5 facts about cats you probably didn't know. Cats only meow as a way to communicate with other humans, not other cats. Cats are actually more popular in the USA than dogs, with 88 million cats versus 75 million dogs. A group of cats is called a clouder, and in 10 years, one female cat could produce up to 49,000 kittens. But before I tell you the craziest last one, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile. Unlike humans, cats are able to drink seawater as their kidneys filter out the salt. This is the steepest running race in the world. Here's 5 animals that are way bigger than you think. This is a human-sized bat known as a flying fox located in the Philippines. And this is a crocodile jumping out of the water, showing just how big it is compared to humans. When a tiger stands on its hind legs, it towers over us. You're looking at something called a Goliath tigerfish, basically a massive piranha. And this is a giant African land snail. Here's the most unbelievable graves in the world. This man's dream in life was to own a Mercedes-Benz, but he didn't achieve his goal, so his brother built him this grave. Rufus Case wanted to be buried in his rocking chair, so this grave was made to allow him to be buried sitting upright. This is a special burial tree used in an Indonesian island used to bury infants. But before I show you the shocking last one, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile. This grave has a concrete staircase leading down to the coffin because the mother wanted to be able to visit her deceased daughter whenever she wanted to. Here's 5 facts about dogs you probably didn't know. A study has shown that dogs can genuinely get jealous when they see you displaying affection to another creature. Dogs have wet noses because it better helps absorb scent chemicals. When a dog licks your cut, it's actually helping to heal it because of the enzymes in their saliva. Some dogs may be able to sniff out cancer cells simply through smelling your breath. But before I tell you the most amazing last one, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile. Petting a dog while also gazing into its eyes releases oxytocin for you and the dog, which is also known as the love hormone. Hey, where do you live? With my parents. Okay, where do they live? With me. Where do you all live? Together. Here's the 3 weirdest restaurants in the world. The modern toilet restaurant in Taiwan serves their food in mini toilets. The first question the waiter asks you is pee-pee or poo-poo. Izakaya Kayabuki in Japan has monkeys to serve the food. The owner employs his amazing pet monkeys to be waiters, and it attracts lots of customers. The Eternity restaurant in Ukraine is the perfect setting for your last meal on Earth. It is set in the world's largest coffin and is decorated with funeral items. Now tag 2 people you would eat at these places with. This is the world's greatest pizza delivery guy, and you won't believe why. John Paul Sullivan loves his pizza delivery job so much that he ensures every pizza is delivered while still tasty and hot. However, he takes this to the extreme and gets in trouble. And when I say trouble, I mean running past 15 red lights. But the crazy part is, he didn't care to pay for any one of the fines he's ever got. While Sullivan found himself in front of Judge Frank Caprio, a very compassionate judge who gives fair sentences. And as it turns out, Sullivan has a girlfriend who he intends to marry soon, saying he needed to save the money. And to his surprise, Judge Caprio decided to let him go with a much reduced fine. Hey, can I ask you one question? You just did. Okay, can I ask you 2 questions? You already did. Fine, can I ask you 4 questions? You just did, again. What? When? Now. This folded man finally stands up straight and you won't believe his story. At the age of 18, this man, Lee Hewer, was diagnosed with a peculiar medical condition called ankylosing spondylitis. The rare condition caused the bones in Lee's body to fuse, leading to a curvature of his spine. Due to a lack of funds, he could not afford the treatment to help his condition, so it grew worse. However, a specialist doctor called Dr. Tao was determined to save Lee's life. After an extremely difficult 4-phase surgery, for the first time in 20 years, Lee Hewer could stand up straight. Stop chasing me! I've almost caught you. Here, take these. Why did you give me scissors? Because you can't run with scissors. If you see a coin in your car door handle, shout for help. This means you are probably currently being watched. It is a method robbers use to steal your car. They place a coin in the handle, typically on the passenger side, so you won't see it. Then when you get into your car and drive home, they will follow you. This is because when you then get out your car and lock it, it won't lock properly. The robber can then enter the car and steal it from you. Here's 4 photos you're legally not allowed to see. This is a photo inside of the Supreme Court where cameras are strictly forbidden. This pilot broke the rules of Area 51, getting the closest picture we currently have of it. This is a photo of a secret runway underneath Denver International Airport, and people still don't know what it's used for. This is the only picture inside room 511 in the Ukraine Tax Service office. The room is soundproof and the walls are 10 inches thick. Now comment what you think happens in here. Here's 5 mind-blowing examples of the Mandela Effect. Forrest Gump never said life is like a box of chocolates, he actually said life was like a box of chocolates. If you don't already know, the Monopoly man never actually had a monocle. Many people say they remember Pikachu with black at the end of its tail, however in reality it was all yellow. The Wicked Queen in Snow White never said mirror mirror on the wall, she actually said magic mirror on the wall. And Darth Vader never said Luke, I am your father, he said I am your father.